Right. Let's put this hopefully in position. And yeah. Great. So let's just check to make sure this is live. It's got the wrong thumbnail for some reason. It has got the wrong fucking thumbnail. So we will quickly change that while we're here. And I'll give people a chance to drop in. Let's check. Yeah, it is live. Okay. Good, good, good. Alright, bloody hell, that song is bright. I'm just going to read the chat while we're here. Mr. Velasca says, yo, I've got 20 minutes left of something. I'm watching with my mum. If the live stream is still going by then, I will be here. How are you doing, by the way? Yeah, fine. The live stream will still be going by that point normally. Normally I tend to try and make these things probably about an hour or something. So, yeah. So, there was something I did want to talk about. Unfortunately, I won't be able to. I want to talk about the comment section in my that I had in the review of my second Doctor TARDIS review. Unfortunately, for some reason, Gordon Bennett, his YouTube channel, now his comments have just gone, and the YouTube channel doesn't seem to exist anymore. So now, if you look in the comments, it went from 105, I think, comments to now 71, and it's just a load of it doesn't make any sense anymore because there's a bunch of replies to this Gordon Bennett whose YouTube channel is no longer there. So, yeah. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, guys. Bloody bright. It has been far too fucking hot this week, really. It really has. I haven't bloody been sleeping properly. So, yes, hello, Cosmic Antics. Yeah, well, it's not just you and me, because according to this, there is currently 5 viewers watching this, so hello to those 5 on this, although that's probably going to change. Oh no, and it's 1 to 2. It's 1 to 2, okay. But yeah, there was a few things you know, I'll probably just talk about this a little bit more and give a few more thoughts of. This is still a little bit up in the corner there. Don't know if you can see, but yeah, I've seen a few people's works like that where, you know, one of the side bits of the roof isn't flat, like in. The upside is this roof is actually remarkably flat. In fact, what can I grab? There we go, I'll grab this. So if we just use this as an example, this one is a lot flatter than a lot of the previous TARDISes that had a massive dip in the middle. This one still has a slight one, but at least on my one and a few other people's I've seen, the dip doesn't seem to be too bad on this one. But something I did notice last night is this TARDIS, when you see it from afar, when you see it from like a distance of, you know, I'd say about 6 feet or more. It does actually look, you know, a lot more like an actual little model rather than, you know, just plastic toy. So I will give it that. It does look more like the actual little model when you actually do see it from a distance. Although then again, you could argue that with anything. Up close, yeah, no, this is clearly just, you know, plastic. In fact, without its batteries in, it's a lot lighter as well, and rattly. But it does look better from a distance, I will say. I think it's the wash that gives it that. It just makes it look a little bit better, you know, from a distance than it otherwise would have. So yeah. Ooh. I don't know why, but I just decided to smell it. This does not have a nice smell. Yeah, this it's not like it's just, doesn't have a very nice smell. I'm used to something having a plasticky smell, but this, nah. I mean, it's definitely a plasticky smell, but there's not a nice smell to it on the inside. Ooh. That is, yeah. And the Troughton, you know, you got like a little Troughton figure, which is quite nice. It is quite nice, but something I was talking about with someone who's here, hello Reese, last night was the pricing. So something I didn't mention in the review is this should have come with a recorder. For 40 fucking quid, that should have come. He should have come with his recorder. Or something else, you know. I still don't know why on the strategy of they give some things accessories and not others. Like Alduar, just like the Cybermen, he'll give the guns to the Cybermen, and you know, with the Song Towings, he'll give the guns and the helmets. But with none of the Doctor figures, you know, no accessories. And I think this is, you know, just like, oh well, people already have them. But by this point, just like people who haven't had the pleasure of collecting the Forbidden Planet sets and that, or started collecting afterwards, they might not have a Troughton with a recorder. I mean, basically the only Troughton releases with a recorder is the original releases with the Cyberman, the 11 Doctor set version, I think the 13 Doctor set version had one as well. I'm trying to remember. The Toys R Us one didn't, I don't think. No, the Toys R Us one I don't think did. And I think that's kind of about it, really. So yeah, he should have come with... However, something else that I said is that what they should have done is, rather than you know, this being from the Abominable Snowmen, if they had called this set from the Ice Warriors, you know, just change the name of what story it's from, guys. Again, it's the same police box in both stories. He wears this costume in both stories. If they called it from that, they could have thrown in an Ice Warrior figure and actually got the colour of the eyes right, because in the Ice Warriors, the eyes are actually green. Same with Seeds of Death, they're actually green, they're not red. So if they've done, you know, so Alduar gets to have his little variant, and you know, you get to have another figure. If that was £40, where you got your Troughton, an Ice Warrior, and an electronic TARDIS for £40, that I would have said, yep, that's a good deal. You know, that is a good price. That you get 2 figures and an electronic TARDIS. Yeah, it's a good deal. But the fact is, it's just like this. This is just a, you know, a B&M set with the electronics in the TARDIS. That is literally it. I mean, there is no doubt in my mind, if this figure, you know, it could have been released easily at B&M. It's not like they've done a new sculpt. This was an existing sculpt that they then have later used. Obviously, they would have to make... They probably made more of them because of, you know, having to do a production of them. But it's a lot cheaper to do that than just, you know, having to do something from scratch. This already exists. You know, this already existed as a mould for them, so all they had to do is do a few duplicates of it, and there you go. So, yeah, it's just bloody irritating about that. But regardless, something I did want to see is, regardless on what I think of the price, because I do think this is a rip-off, 40 quid for this is a rip-off for what it is, I do still like it at the end of the day. I do still, and I don't know if people thought I hated it. I don't hate it. I do like it. I do really like it. But it is overpriced. It doesn't stop me from liking it. You can still like something, you know, that is still overpriced for what it is. I mean, you know, it's just the way the world works. I mean, do you remember in last year when people were flogging toilet rolls for bloody £20-30 a roll and stuff like that? So yeah, it just, you know, supply and demand essentially, stuff like that. But yeah, this it is just you know, overpriced, and I'm very surprised. I was very surprised the fact that it isn't painted as well. If it was painted rather than just the wash, then I could see, okay, that's where some of the extra money has gone into. But the fact that it hasn't, they've literally just added the electronics to a B&M TARDIS. That is what they've done. They haven't painted it, which is a shame, because, you know, when they do paint it, it is better. It always does look better, and you don't have sections like I have on the corner, then a couple of bits around the rims on there, and a lot of people do, where you can, you know, see where the wash hasn't quite covered everything. So yeah, there's probably some other things that I've forgotten to say as well, so I'll probably see them later. At the minute, I'm just gonna have a look at the chat. The Doctor 11 X small on the inside, yep. Cosmic Antics. Is the TARDIS a matte finish like the Forbidden Planet sets or the Visitation set? So yes, this is a matte finish for the most part. The only bits that aren't a matte finish is anywhere where the wash didn't cover. So there's a tiny bit on the corner section here on the top bits, and just along here there's a couple of tiny sections where the wash didn't cover, but other than that, you know, it does give the illusion of a matte finish. You know, this clearly isn't glossy. So yes, in terms of that regards, but it isn't painted. It isn't painted. If it was painted, you wouldn't have any of that, and it would, you know, look a lot better because of it. Because the Forbidden Planet ones were all painted. All three of those were painted. The Whittaker one was painted, which I was very surprised about. But this one, along with every single one of the B&M ones, none of them are painted. All of them have a wash on, and it just depends, you know, what type of wash they put on it and how thick they put the wash on as well. So that kind of just depends on that. So yeah, looks like a glossy. The Sharda TARDIS didn't have a glossy finish. I know it kind of depended on what one you got, but my one, and I say my one, I've got 3 of them actually, because I got more of them when they went on sale. But the Sharda TARDIS doesn't have a glossy finish. It has a matte finish to it. The War Games TARDIS, though, that does have a glossy finish, a very, very glossy finish, because that one doesn't really have a matte coating or anything or wash on top of it, so that one is glossy. But yeah, it's kind of weird, just like, you know, you would have thought they would have done a matte finish on that, because the War Games one does look very glossy, although it kind of fits in with the type of paint they were using at the time. But yeah, the weathering, I mean, you could strip the weathering from this, but it's not a case of if you rub it enough, you know, like a magic lamp, the weathering on this is not going to come off. Basically, you know, with this, you'd have to deliberately, you know, try to get the weathering to come off on this one and on the couple of previous ones. This one, it's not just going to rub off on your fingers or anything like that. So yeah, you don't have to worry about weathering coming off. In fact, you had to worry about that for quite a while. I'm not saying that's the case with every single one, but at least from the ones I've had in the past couple of years, the weathering tends not to come off. Don't lie, you want to... The Doctor 11, don't lie, you want to strip that Troughton figure. No. No, not really. The coat... The interesting way they've done the coat actually here, you can actually look all the way up. If I look up the coat now, you can actually see the little bit where it pokes out there at the top, which is interesting. Do you think Colin Williams is a good Doctor? I don't know who that is. People keep asking me, just I don't know who that is. So, yeah, sorry, no. I'm going to put my fan boosters on. Apologies for that, but since it's so sunny in here, it's so fucking warm in here, literally, even with doing this screen, my laptop is just like, nah. It's like, no, it's getting bloody temperature warnings, because literally, I block the sun as much as I can, it's still coming down. Yeah, nah. I don't know who Colin Williams is, so I couldn't comment on it. So, yeah. Colin Williams is the bald bloke in my videos. Oh, no, then, no. I don't think so. I think he would make a better villain. Or mag science or whatever, but the Doctor, yeah, I don't know. And now I'm just playing with my Troughton, which I haven't really done, yeah. It's a little Troughton. But, yeah, there we go. But, Colin Williams did save you when you were being kidnapped in the taxi. Oh, that shit, yeah, that... Yes. Fortunately, that was a video and not real life. Oh, no one saved me in real life. Yet. But, yeah, I'm surprised, I'm still surprised that we've heard, nothing about a release date, a proper release date for the B&M sets. Obviously, the initial leak said the 26th of July. It's the 23rd. So obviously, and then later they said, oh, no, it's going to come in August, late August, which, makes sense. But, yeah, I mean, basically, the fact that the character online exclusive was the first one. Though I did actually predict this correctly, that they were releasing a TARDIS set as a character online exclusive. I didn't think it would be this one. But if you remember in previous streams I said, oh yeah, they're only doing the one B&M TARDIS this year, which is the first Doctor TARDIS, which probably means they're going to do a character online exclusive with electronics, which is what we got. However, my prediction was it was going to be an 8th Doctor one where they put a little bit more money into it to change bits of the sculpt. Obviously, that didn't happen. We got this where they did change bits of the sculpt. They changed the doors, but other than that, everything else about it is exactly the same. So yeah, but I think this was needed though to basically boost the interest in TARDIS, because I think that Alduar has realised now he's kind of ran the well dry on TARDIS set releases, because we had one in 2018, which was the third Doctor TARDIS, which everyone went apeshit about, including me. We had 3 in 2019, the 4th Doctor Regeneration TARDIS, the Sharda TARDIS, and the Androzani TARDIS. We had 3 last year, where we had the Peladon TARDIS, the War Games TARDIS, and the Visitation TARDIS. And so far this year, we've had this, which is the Abominable Snowmen electronic TARDIS, and later on in the year, we'll have the First Doctor TARDIS from whatever. So it's kind of an indicator. It's like, yeah, then something needed to be done to generate a bit more interest. I think if this was released at B&M, people would still buy it, but I think the electronics was a big selling point for that, the electronics, and also releasing it with this Troughton. Yeah, let's have a look. If you had to rank all of the Doctors, excuse me, if you had to rank all of the Doctors your bottom, along with Tony Blair and Shrek, if I had to rank all of the Doctors, you're at the bottom along with Tony Blair and Shrek. Okay. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so hey ho. Tell you what though, I'm more of a doctor than Jodie Whittaker is. Ooh. Yeah. So that I don't know, that was kind of it with that. But the thing that really annoys me the most about this, and I forgot to bring it in this room with us, but the thing that annoys me most is the packaging. Because that would have went into part of the cost with this. The reason why this would have went up in price is the packaging. Which is so annoying. Alduar seems to care more about the box than anything else these days. To be honest, that's where his full effort seems to be in, more than anything else. And yeah, I mean, people do argue saying, oh yeah, Alduar gives the fans what they want. No, Alduar gives himself what he wants. And the reason is because if you look at, if you want to know what the fans want, go on eBay. Look at what Doctor Who figures, are selling for the most amount of money and re-release that. Or literally go on Facebook, Twitter, whatever, and basically just look at, lists and lists of things that fans and that want to be released. I mean, basically, no one was asking for this. As nice as it, as nice as it is, and as much as I like it, I'd be hard pressed anyone saying, "Oh yeah, I wanted this to be released." This to a less degree, because this we always knew was a possibility because of them reusing molds that they'd previously not used. So this we kind of knew was a possibility, but could have been released in a 5-Doctor set or something. In fact, that was my prediction, that this would come in a 5-Doctor set. According to Alduar, that isn't the case, though. You've got to always remember, Alduar lies about fucking everything. Like, literally, he's lied about the Jungles and Mechanist set. He's lied about B&M sets for years. I mean, all the things Alduar has ever said, basically, Lisa just like proven wrong. I mean, initially he said, oh yeah, the B&M sets will just purely be re-releases. You will not get new figures. Yeah, okay. Okay, Alduar. And then he said, the B&M sets, you'll never get Daleks in B&M sets again. Oh look, Daleks in B&M, and so on and so forth. You'll never get a 6th Doctor in a B&M set. Still waiting on that one. Now, I know the reason is, it's too expensive to do because of Colin's coat. Okay, how come you can do Tom Baker's scarf? You can do that alright, that's no problem. And also, if that is the case, then why not, be a bit more creative in it? Why not re-release the real-time 6th Doctor figure? Why not the Regeneration 6th Doctor figure? You know, I mean, when you boil it down to it, Alduar does have a bias. He is not a fan of the 80s. Like I say, he is not a fan of 80s who he's not really fan. Clearly, his fandom is, you know, throughout releases is clearly the 70s. That is his preferred era, clearly, with all the Bakers and the Pertwees he's had. He's got a thing for Troughton as well, obviously, but you know, out of all the stuff released, a lot of it is, apart from Daleks and Cybermen, most of it is, a lot of it is 70s stuff. A lot of it is 70s releases. You are thinking something. Cosmic Antics says, remember the one who wears the red nose? Says like Tom Baker and his scarf. Whatever. Ryan Whitlitz. Willits? I'm probably getting that wrong. Forgetting the price, what TARDIS releases are your favourites? The 7th Doctor... I'll put that off actually for a bit. The 7th Doctor Forbidden Planet TARDIS release from way back in 2010, the joint first release, that one is my favourite out of all of them. Then it gets a bit confusing. Then I'd say possibly the first Doctor TARDIS from 2011 is probably my second favourite, and third favourite is probably the Visitation TARDIS release. And then after that it all kind of gets a bit confusing. So yeah. No, Cosmic Antics. The Peladon one is not my favourite. It's up there. It's definitely my favourite Pertwee TARDIS release, but it's not my favourite. Also, for some reason, that one, I don't know why they did this. That one, for some reason, has the new series font. And I don't know why. Because, you know, they had the classic series font. I don't know why. It was also a problem with the robot TARDIS. And I think the original Pertwee TARDIS had it. Can't remember. But yeah, I don't know why it used that. Mr. Valeska says he has returned. Hooray. Cosmic Antics at Mr. Valeska. Hello. Also, I enjoyed your recent thing animation there. The Doctor 11 surprise. Alduar hasn't done a fix with the song Tarings yet. I don't think he'd be allowed to. Even if he wanted to. I don't think the BBC would let him. At Miska Valeska at Cosmic Antics. Sorry, thank you very much. I'm glad you liked it. Miska Valeska says, it was probably the best film of the year, to be honest. I don't know. I watched Space Jam: A New Legacy, and while I say I wouldn't call it a good film, but a good film, you know, it is an entertaining film. It's an entertainingly bad film, and it knows what it is. You've got to go into it knowing. I think the biggest problem with Space Jam: A New Legacy is it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of like two films joined together. You've got the first half, which is basically LeBron James and Bugs Bunny going into all the different Warner Brothers properties, which was entertaining. Then you've got the actual Space Jam bit, which is the basketball game, and these feel completely separate. Anyway, Mr. Valeska at 6sec. Would you say Call of the Zyron? I'm probably getting that wrong. Was better than anything Chris Chibnall has ever made. Yeah. To be fair though, that wasn't to be fair though, I could take a shit that was better than his stuff and film that. Cosmic Antics 6sec. Favourite TARDIS. 6sec. Favourite TARDIS is the one that belongs to Conlons. No. Clifford the Big Red Dog will be the best. I don't think so. Out of the films I've seen this year that have actually come out, I don't know, because I haven't seen that many, because there's only two I can really think of that pop up to mind. I mean, I think the Pixar film Luca is a better film than Space Jam, but I think I enjoyed Space Jam a little bit more just because I was a bit nostalgic for it. But then there's Hotel Transylvania 4, but then there's the crowning glory, Halloween Kills. That will probably be my favourite film that comes out this year. You know, that actually does come out. The Doctor 11 says, spit it out, Porky Pig. Okay, Ryan Whitlicks says, I wish characters spent the money on fixing the bloody concave roof rather than clinging on changing the doors. I think you probably missed a bit, but this roof isn't actually too bad. The only problem with this roof is that this post keeps bloody coming out on this one. You have to kind of keep pressing it down. Yeah, I don't think this was put in or stuck in properly, but if I can grab DVD, this roof is pretty flat. This one, actually, in comparison to the others, this one is actually pretty flat. So on this one, not too bad actually on this one, compared to other releases. But yeah, to be honest, I wish these weren't stickers. I wish that these were either painted or printed on rather than just being stickers. I wish they did a variant. I wish they had two sculpts of this, so the B&M ones wouldn't have the speaker hole or the battery compartment. But you know, hey ho, we don't all get what we want, and this is gonna get a re-release at some point in some shape or form, probably without this type of weathering on there, the white, because they're gonna want to reuse these doors again. Alduar is gonna find some shape or form to reuse these doors, basically guaranteed. And this figure, like, this is gonna get a 5 Doctors variant at some point, or another release or something, because again, yeah, he's gonna want to get the money's worth out of it. Cosmic Antics, give us all your thoughts on each Prime Minister since Margaret Thatcher. I can't, because I don't know my Prime Ministers since Margaret Thatcher. I only know Cameron to Johnson. You know, that's all I know, unfortunately. Miska Valeska, Colin Williams versus Alduar, who would win? Again, I don't know Colin Williams, so I don't know. But even then, seeing that, if it was a physical fight, Alduar's gonna lose, because clearly, you know, I mean, he's 54, and just like me and a lot of people, clearly just like movement and getting up is not a priority, just like myself. So there's your hopeful answer on that one. God, I fucking hate the sun. I really hate the sun. The ironic thing is, I don't know what the weather's like where you lot are, but tomorrow, it's apparently going to start raining tomorrow at the weekend. And the weekend's going to be like that. And then on Monday, it's going to go back to being hot and sunny. Yeah, which is weird. The Doctor 11. Here's a fight. Gordon Ramsay versus Alduar. Oh. Well, obviously Gordon Ramsay would win. Gordon Ramsay would win. You know. Just like, but God, that would be entertaining. You just have Gordon Ramsay and Alduar fighting with Gino D'Acampo, with Gino D'Acampo selling willy warmers on the side. And Fred just drinking his wine and selling it at M&S. Mr. Valeska says, I thought Alduar in my latest video from what... Yeah. But you fought Alduar. I saw that video. I mean, got... yeah, I think... To be honest, I think if someone actually did ask to fight Alduar, he would just literally, he would do one of two things, or both. He would cower away and probably just call the police. That's probably what he would do. Let's talk to someone. Buying relics. Real question. Why do they... God, the sun is in my eyes. I can barely bloody see this. Why do they keep messing up with the MiG section of the B&M Daleks? I don't know. Now, last year, Alduar changed the MiG section for no reason. And basically, you know, I mean... From what I can gather, this is the way Alduar's mind works. He, you know, gets something released at B&M or wherever, Character Online, but, you know, it's something that he personally wants to be released, which is why he has done so few direct re-releases, and even when they have slight changes to them. So that is why he did that with the B&M sets. He made the MiG section a lighter grey. And clearly got a lot of backlash. This year, you know, it's to save money, even though it won't really save any money because you've still got to paint it anyway. He is not doing the full MiG section of the Daleks, which is not gonna really save any money really, because you're still painting it silver. So why not just paint the full thing grey? I know why he's done this, just so it's easier to do. So then you just have to spray that whole section of the Dalek silver. And then don't have to paint the grey on top. But you still have to paint the grey at the front bit. So really, is it worth it just, you know, for those few bloody seconds to do that? It's so fucking annoying. It is just really bloody irritating. I don't know which one's worse, actually. Only having the front be grey, or having it be a completely the wrong grey, a complete, you know, almost white grey colour. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I'll have to see when I actually get them in hand. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Cosmic Antics, 6 sec. When is the Captain Jimmy Pie boxing match? That is not happening. That is not happening. that is probably never going to happen. I mean, one, I don't know where he lives. He doesn't know where I live. Thank God. So, yeah, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. Cosmic XX, 6 sec and Jimmy Pie will be boxing, can't we? No, we won't. Thing is, I completely forget about Captain Jimmy Pie until people literally bring it up on the chat. Like, I don't know why, but some people... You seem to think that he's my arch nemesis or something. He's not. He's really not. I mean, for one, I don't really have an arch nemesis because I kind of live in the real world, but no. You know, literally, there you go. But anyway, Mr. Valesco, here we go. Earthshock needs 2 3-packs. Why? Why does it need 2 3-packs? One will come with 3 standard Earthshock Cybermen. And the other one will come with an Agdric. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That can't happen. And the reason is because B&M's rules is that they can't have duplicate figures. Although, that is what Aldebar said. That is what Aldebar said, so I'm wondering if B&M actually care. It could be a thing. That is the only thing that I will say that could be a thing. Of they don't want the same thing, so we'll kind of want... But, the Doctor 11, they'll be doing more than boxing as they're clearly a couple. No, we're not. You cannot give Captain Jimmy Pie my address, Dr. 11. Otherwise, I will give away your address. And your granny's. Ryan Willits, well, he said the set is worth £80 bargain. Yeah, this is not worth £80. No. This isn't worth 40, it's worth, I'd say, about 30. 35 at a push. But 40, nah. And the £80 thing, that is because I've got 2 of them. I've got this one, and I've got another one that is sealed. And I always like to keep a sealed one because it's the best way to keep something in pristine condition. And this will be going back in Xbox as soon as I'm done with it, but it will be going back in Xbox. But I also just like to have a sealed one, just have an extra one, you know. Cosmic Antics 6 sec. Who is your arch nemesis then? Gordon Bennett? No. Actually, Gordon Bennett was much more entertaining than the Great Gingerbread Man was. They could be one and the same because Gordon Bennett no longer... I can't find his channel. Like, the comment, his channel just seems to vanish. But if it is the Great Gingerbread Man, he's improved. But if it's not, you know, at least this guy varied. He wasn't just posting the same comment over and over. He did post it a few times. Like, if you're going to insult, just have a bit of variety. Otherwise, it just gets boring. The Doctor 11, who would care? No one cares where I live. Won't be there long anyway. Yeah, but the difference is, Doctor 11, the difference is, you would care. You would care. Or, would this be worse? Or, I could send something in the post for you. Besides, you need me. Why do I keep staring that way? I don't know. Cosmic Tanks. This is so fucking hot in here. It's like... unfortunately, while I do this, there's no fucking blinds here. There's no blinds here. And we were going to get blinds put in there, but since my granny will be moving to an apartment, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 months, hopefully, there's no point in getting blinds put in there. Anyway, oh, I thought you were talking to me. The Doctor 11, why would you need Evil of the Dark Steelbook? I don't know, Doctor 11. Why would you need Evil of the Dark Steelbook, considering you've bought 2 of them? Well, pre-ordered 2 of them. You've also pre-ordered the standard Blu-ray and the DVD. Was it just the 2 Steelbooks and the DVD, or did you... No, I think you did all 3, didn't you? And an extra Steelbook. And do you have both versions of the vinyl? I can't remember. I know you've got the Scarrow Swirl, which is what I've got. But I don't know whether you've got the regular, just red one. pulled my tablet out to block the light. Cosmic Antics. I love the 2021 6sec memes. Well, you created them, so you know you could go back. There's a whole archive of videos of just memes you could have made about me. You know, there's a one where I literally, you know, cut my face like that, just like the Joker. That was a Doctor Who items to unbox. I can't remember which one. Just have a look in the playlist. You'll clearly see it in the thumbnail. But yeah, there's so many more. You're stopping someone else and get... Yeah. I remember that, Dr. 11. I'll remember that. Jamie King. We got someone else. Have you lost all respect for Alduar? By this point, yeah, because I used to call... Earlier this year and last year, I called Alduar the John Nathan Turner of character options. You know, he's done a lot, you know, he's responsible for a lot of good, but also a lot of bad things that have happened in the range, just like DNT was in the 80s. But now it's just like, I think ever since Alduar started doing their videos on character options websites where he would reveal the figures, I think, and everyone's suddenly praising, I think since 2019, the ego has just gone completely to his head. And also, Alduar only listens to people when they're telling them how good he is, or, you know, basically arse lickers. Essentially, Alduar tends to only listen to arse lickers. Essentially, in terms of, you know, consumers and Doctor Who fans, obviously, you know, he has to listen to his bosses. But, yeah. The Doctor 11, Yum Yum Evil Steelbooks. Okay. Cosmic Antics, Yum Yum Cool 12-inch Product Enterprise Movie Dalek. Yep. I've accepted that I will never get it. I could have, because there was a couple of times it did go on eBay, but I am not paying, you know, £500+ for it. No. Like, you know, I mean, even though now I've got a job, you know, that'd be most of my wages, essentially, for the month. So, yeah, no. Even if one did come out and it was, you know, only £500, it's like, that would just be, nah, too much. Excuse me. God, I'm gonna get this YouTube channel name completely wrong, but I'll have a go. I love the Hydra XD. I'm hoping I got that right. Will we get an 8th Doctor movie TARDIS? Yes, we will get an 8th Doctor movie TARDIS. Apparently, I haven't watched the video, but a certain someone, Reese, told me that apparently Captain Jimmy Pie said, oh, characters don't have the license to it. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They have the license to do it. They have the license to do the 8th Doctor's TARDIS. They don't have the license to do the Peter Cushing TARDIS, but they have the license to do the 8th Doctor's TV movie TARDIS. But, yeah. I've got a feeling if it isn't a B&M release next year, it'll be a Character Online exclusive at some point. Whether they do a TARDIS next year or something else, don't know. Who knows, maybe next year they might surprise us all and it's a radio-controlled Dalek, you know, release. If it was that, as long as it's not a fucking reconnaissance one, I will buy it. I will buy it. I mean, one I would love to see is the Supreme 12-inch release, because I actually still don't have that to this day. I've got the 18-inch version. In fact, I've got a brand new one. I've got an opened one, and then I have another one that's kind of used for parts. I'm literally going blind at this. I'm tempted to go put my sunglasses on. Jamie King, do you think we will ever get a Jamie figure? Well, that's the thing. It's like Fraser Hines has offered to pay to get a Jamie figure made. He has said he would pay. He literally went to Alduar and said, I will pay to get a Jamie figure made. And Alduar turned him down. So, the closest thing, well, you know, I mean, it's more likely now than it was before. But, you know, God, I really want a Jamie figure, but God, I just like, I mean, Alduar's doing mainly he's doing First Doctor stuff and 80s set and Fifth Doctor stuff this year, because apart from the Dark Sets, the 3 packs are basically, you know, 80s and Hartnell stuff. So maybe next year, I don't know. The Doctor 11, I'll get one, a 12-inch gold dart at some point. Okay, the Doctor 11, you've been talking about that for years. And even when I've sent you them on eBay, or you've spotted it and sent me, just like, you never bought it. Because even you didn't think it was worth that much money. So, yeah. Well, I mean, hey, if either of us happen to become millionaires overnight, then sure. But until then, no. Cosmic Antics. I do need to repair mine. Might get an electronic addicts. Let's get in at the electronics and open it up. If you're going to, be very, very careful. Like, I'd rather have a non-working one of those, or a semi-working one of those, than have one that, you know, was damaged due to basically taking it apart. I'd rather just have it sit there in pristine. I mean, if I had one, preferably I'd have one that was brand new, sealed in the box, and it would just never be opened. Cosmic Antics at 6 sec. Do you think we will ever get a Colin Williams figure? No. The Doctor 11, the next character online exclusive will be an Alduar figure. To be honest, if Alduar could find a way, if Alduar ever makes a cameo in Doctor Who, he will release a figure of himself, or at least try to, no doubt. He will. Cosmic Antics, or a 6 sec figure with interchangeable red noses? No. Jamie King, what figures do you think will be in the Keys of Marinus set? I've already stated this before, but I think it'll be a Marinus figure, which will be a repaint of the Demon's Master figure with a new head sculpt for Marinus, and then maybe 2 Vord figures, possibly. Yeah, at least that's what I think. I mean, who knows? It could be, we could have an Ian or a Barbara or Susan, but I doubt this. Excuse me, but that's what I think. Chrissy, or is it Curry? Chrissy, I'm hoping I'm getting that right. Do you think B&M will re-release the 6th Doctor? The fact that we still haven't had it, you know, I mean, there are variants that they could, like, even if it was true, which I doubt it, that the paint job was too expensive, which I don't see that being the case, because they can do Tom Baker's scarf, no problem. But no real-time 6th Doctor re-release, come on. But whether we'll have it, I've got a feeling if we do see a 6th Doctor release, it'll probably be a character online exclusive rather than a B&M exclusive, just because they have a bit of a bigger budget behind them, because it's only one release, so they can put basically all their resources into it. So if we do, I reckon it'd be that. But who knows? Never say never. Mr. Valeska, when are we getting the Earthshock 3-pack? Well, this could have changed, but they're supposed to be released in October. So I would say October, November time for them. But, you know, at the minute, you know, until anything is said or announced, then it's kind of all up in arms. The Doctor 11, could they do a 6-sec figure and all they need to do is a new head and they'll have an existing body, the Slitheen? I was going to do a David Tennant quote, but I didn't. Oh, fuck it, I'll do it anyway. I am not a Slitheen. No. I mean, a Slitheen, you know, 8 foot tall. I'm 5'9". And there's no zipper. What do you think will be in the Earthshock 3-pack? Asks Mr. Valeska. Well, I've said this. Most likely, this is going to be the budget set. I reckon this is going to be the Earthshock version of the Silver Nemesis set, where we'll get a 5th Doctor figure, a Cyber Leader, and a regular Cyberman. That makes the most amount of sense, and, you know, obviously that will sell, as long as Alduar doesn't fuck it up. Which he probably will somehow. But, yeah, I reckon that will probably be what we get released. If not a 5th Doctor, I doubt it'll be an Adric. I seriously doubt it'll be an Adric. I think it'll be more likely to have the Cyberman's androids, because that is a very simple figure to do. That is a very, very simple figure to do. I mean, they already have... All they have to do is repaint the Axon Man body to black, which, you know, they're doing for the Sync's Right figure, so it makes sense for them just to do that, if they did do that. But we'll see. As long as we get a Cyber Leader and a regular Cyberman in the pack, great, happy days. And that one, I will definitely army build that one. Because the 3-packs, I normally only get one of them. Generally, unless it's an army builder one, which, you know, like the Silver Nemesis one, I bought quite a few of those, and I bought a few of the Sontarung set. Jamie King, what is your opinion on the 3.75 inch range? It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Basically. And they are bad. The ironic thing is, the Daleks do look pretty good. The Daleks are clearly the best figures out of that range. Everything else is kind of like subpar. The Monsters are actually not bad, but any human characters or humanoid characters, like, no, the likeness is gone. But that was a mistake. That range, and clearly character knew it. The problem was the price of making the figures and the price of the figures themselves was getting ridiculously high, because the Series 6 figures were £10. In fact, some places were even charging $15. I remember Boots, the chemist, was, because I remember my mum got me the Supreme Paradigm Dalek from there for 15 quid. Because couldn't find it anywhere else. Cosmic Antics says, 6sec, do you like Postman Pat? I haven't seen it for years. I did used to watch it as a kid, but I haven't seen it for years, so I don't know whether it probably would hold up. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it probably for at least a decade. So yeah. Mr. Valeska, is it going to be the best B&M set ever? No. No. There we go. Mr. Valeska, I have wanted to army build Earthshock Cybermen for ever since I was very young. I mean, the Earthshock Cyberman figure didn't come out until 2010. You know, which, actually, when that figure came out, I was 11, so I don't know how old you were at that point. But, yeah. Okay. Ryan Willix, will there ever be a classic Davros re-release? Possibly. I do see them doing a classic Davros re-release. However, I'm wondering, would it be a B&M re-release or would it be a character online release? Because a figure I've wanted to get a re-release for the longest time is the Emperor Davros. I have one, but I'm not opening it. But I'm surprised they never did any more Big Finish releases. I think they still have the license. But something I would like to see, if they didn't do the Remembrance version, is to do the Big Finish Terra Firma version, which is the same Emperor Davros but in silver. So, you know, that could be like a character online exclusive or something. I'll skip that one. Ryan Willix, okay, I read that one. Jamie King. I am nervous about the K1 robot re-release because Alduar will want to change it for no reason. Yes, that... The only thing I think will be different is it'll have that more vibrant, shinier silver finish, which would actually work for the K1 robot compared to its original release. So yeah. I'm more worried about the Tom Baker figure. Because if Alduar decides to fuck up the head sculpt again for the 4th Doctor, no. Just use the original one. It is better than yours, Alduar. Your 3D printed shite. No one wants that. Apart from people who will lick your ass for anything. Cosmic Antics, will there be a Captain Jimmy Pie figure? There's more likely to be a Captain Jimmy Pie figure than a figure of me. Probably, you know, a 0.01%, but hey ho. I mean, it could even be a head swap one. You get your Captain Jimmy Pie head, you get your Alduar head. Because they're very similar people when you look at them personality wise. I mean, Mr. Valeska, I am 17 and 6 foot. Do you require more info? No. 17. So that means when the first Earthshock Cyberman was released, you would have been 5, 6 at the time. Cosmic Antics says, do you play Little Big Planet? No. Which is weird because I actually do have the game and I've never played it. I mean the original. I have the original. And it's just because I got it in a job lot at one point, but no, I don't. I'm not a gamer. Although when I do find a game that I do like, I do tend to just play it completely through to the end in one, you know, across a couple of nights. Maybe more, depending on the length. But yeah. I mean, to put this into perspective, the only game I bought last year, I think, was probably SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Jamie King, what is your favourite 3rd Doctor Dalek story? Planet of the Daleks is my favourite third Dalek story, and I know what people are going to say. Oh, it's got nothing original in, and I think Nicholas Briggs said it best on the Dalek Tapes documentary. It's kind of like the Daleks' greatest hits, because it's essentially kind of a remake of the first Dalek story in some ways, because it has a lot of the same elements as that one. And since it was also, you know, released in season 10 as part, you know, it has that sort of 10th anniversary-ness to it. And I do really like it. I do really like that story. And I don't know, I think season 10 is probably my favourite Jon Pertwee season. Probably my favourite. Yeah. Because basically you get 5 great stories. I mean, start with the 3 Doctors. You then go to Carnival of Monsters, Frontier in Space, and then you kind of actually from Frontier in Space to Green Death, it's kind of like a mini trilogy. Because obviously Frontier in Space and Planets, you know, are linked because they literally are. You know, they're part of a bigger story. And then you get Green Death, which follows after. Although, if you're a Big Finish listener like I have, you'll know there's a few stories that take place in between then. One directly after. Cosmetic says, when will you get a PS5? I'm trying to get mine because my PS4 is broken and keeps corrupting. I will get a PS5 when you can actually get one, you know, without paying extortionate prices. 2, I will probably wait for the slim model, and the reason is because the slim model is I generally always wait for a slim model because that is basically the refined and reliable model. Because I mean, for one, the PS5 suit. 2, it's also the time where more games are available and more stuff I want to play. Because currently on the PS5, there's 2 games that I want on the PS5. There's Miles Morales Spider-Man, which I could get on the PS4, but I might as well just wait for the PS5 version. And Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I'm surprised no one has made the meme. Like, I looked this up and I'm tempted to make it myself. How come no one has made a meme of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart? How come no one's going to Photoshop and just call it Ratchet and Clank Yift Apart? How come no one's done that? I searched it up and no one has done that, and to this day I'm still tempted to do it myself. Anyway. But yeah, other than that, not really bothered. Because again, I'm not a gamer. You know, I mean, initially my main reason for wanting a PS5 was a 4K Blu-ray player. However, this could change. But the PS5 does not support Dolby Vision. Yeah, no Dolby Vision, which is why, I mean, I've got a 4K Blu-ray player, so you know that means it's satisfied. Anyway. Oh, that's a long title. Oh, The Eternity Wandering Cosmic Hobo. Hello, Eternity Wandering Cosmic Hobo. Oh, hi. The Doctor 11 says, I have a PS5. I know you do. I have seen it. The Eternity Wandering Cosmic Hobo says, I actually got a PS5 on launch. Okay. Cosmic Antics says, I'm Mr. Valeska. The PS5 is backwards compatible with the PS4. Yep. Yes, it is. I'll still keep my PS4 though because it's just useful to have. Probably take it to my granny's at that point. Yeah, I know, but I don't have room for it, so it's expensive. Okay. Yeah. God, it was a mouthful. Advantage of having your laptop set up next to the fridge. Blah 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 blah. David the Horror Movie Guy. I'm currently watching your stream on a PS5. Great. Jimmy King. What do you think is the next character online exclusive set will be? Fuck if I know. Unlike the B&M sets, where you can kind of predict... I mean, basically, it's kind of like the B&M sets, the 3-packs. You can predict until the cows come home on what it'll be. I mean, at some point, I reckon we will get an 8th Doctor TARDIS, which might be which will either be B&M exclusive or a character online exclusive. And they could fix Paul McGann's hair by making it look like the wig he had rather than his natural hair. But other than that, you know, God knows what that could be, because the character online exclusives have a bigger budget than the B&M sets. So, you know, there's an even wider range of what they could be. So, to be honest, I kind of find it pointless trying to predict what they'll be, because they could literally be absolutely anything. I'm gonna botch this name, but here we go. Daniel Pudge. I'm hoping I got that right. What about a Scream of the Shulk TARDIS with the Doctor as an online set? Yeah, I mean, they've never done... Yeah. I mean, you could also technically call that a Invasion animated TARDIS as well, because it was the same model used, and actually that one doesn't have that model doesn't have the pull to open sign. It has the pull to open door, but there's no sign on it. Probably because it needed to basically be as minimally detailed as possible. Mr. Valeska. Act 6 Egg. If you had to make a sequel to Call Zotan and have full creative control of the story, what would you do with it? Oh, you're asking me on the spot when I'm tired. Oh, what would I do? I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to go through it and looking at it, kind of like I did with Scooby-Doo and the Zombie Island Civil War. Although that was I'd have to be more familiar with it to do proper sequels. So I'd have to probably watch it a few more times to be familiar with it. Boris Johnson. Oh. What is your Discord? It's on one of my videos. Go back and look at on one of my videos. It'll be on one of them. I don't know, because I don't use it anymore. In fact, I don't know if I still have it. But yeah, I use Discord for work now. Mr. Valeska. Also, it's pronounced Zaiholun. Oh well. Mr. Valeska. Wow, Sixsec has a Discord. Yes, he has a... I have a Discord. I've had one for a year or two, and I haven't fucking used it. Haven't really used it. You'll find it if you search for it. You will find it. In fact, Cosmic Antics Sixsec also has an OnlyFans. I do not have an OnlyFans. I don't charge for content. But let's see. I can't type. I'm too tired. Can you tell? Actually, let's try Sixsec Pro. Videos. Let's see if we can find it, eh? Nah. Let's try putting it into YouTube then. Let's try putting it into YouTube, see if we can find it. And ignore that Discord at the bottom. That is not my Discord. That is the Discord I use for work. Oh God, I remember that. No, I can't find it anywhere. Cannot find it. Hey ho, there we go. She knows. Right. Oh, I've just seen someone who's popped up. I'll get to that one in a minute. Mr. Valeska, I got banned from Harry's Moving Castle Discord server because I was posted as an NSFW. I don't know who Harry is. So, but okay. The Dr. 11, your milkshake certainly doesn't bring all the boys to the yard. Right. I'm not going to fall for this joke again. Nick G-E-R-R is back. Hello, fatty, bottom. Okay. Mr. Valeska, are you gonna say the N-word? You can't say that, that's racist. I think it depends on context. Because if you say it as a joke, then and you are joking, I wouldn't call that racist. It just depends on context. But apparently, you know, context doesn't matter, you know, to Twitter or the internet, to things, because everything is offensive racist or something. But it just depends, I mean. But no, I'm not going to say it on this stream. The Dr. 11. Talk about the rubbish 2-month assignment cassette covers people sent to you. There was only one that was ever sent to me. Yeah. The Eternity Wandering Cosmic Hobo. Anyone ever played Kingdom Hearts? I haven't. Cosmic Antics. The Great Gingerbread Man that uploaded a video saying the N-word is a bear. Okay. And technically, I wasn't saying the N-word. I was saying the name of this YouTube channel called, and I didn't realise at the time, but Nick G-E-R-R. I'm going to say it like that from now on. But yeah, I didn't realise at the time, but he did slightly tweet that footage. So, yeah. Ryan... It's humming. It's humming. I don't know. It's not running, but it's humming. Yeah. Got you there. Oh, well, you better go catch it. I said it's humming. It's not running, but it's humming. That's what I said. I got... Pop filters smell interesting. Me tired now. Me tired now. It's shrinking then. LOL. Oh, Ryan is tired. Ryan has not been sleeping because it is being far too fucking hot. I've got some McDonald's sour cream and chive sauce over there. I should get some chicken goujons or dippers and that at the weekend to put it in. The N-word is nachos. I love nachos. Actually, my sister even said she's more looking forward to getting nachos at the cinema than actually going to see a film. Which, to be fair, you know, that's part of the... That was something I really enjoyed about going to the cinema, is getting the nachos. I love nachos with hot, cheesy sauce and jalapenos. Lots of fucking jalapenos. Oh, hi. Cosmic Antics says, like me. In what way? Because the answer is no, in no matter what context. At the minute, we're kind of let's try that again. At the moment, things are kind of divulging and going a bit off and kind of a bit mental, as it were. So this is the point where I say, if you've got any more questions to ask, any would you rathers, actually I do like them, then please ask them now, or forever hold your matrimony and I'll end the stream, blah blah blah. Cosmic Antics, we are also neighbours too. No, we are not neighbours. We are not neighbours. I know we're not. Unless you're the guy who shoved things in my granny's letterbox, then no, we're not. Ryan's internet history is worse than the Chibnall era. My internet history. Yeah. I need to update Chrome, do I? Well, it's a shame because my laptop only shows the history, the internet history, on the searches I've done on here and not across. Because if you're talking about internet history and what I think he's inferring to, my tablet is the one where it's just like, yeah, do you really want to look at the history on this? Do you really want to know what's on this? Cosmic Antics, no, I've read that one. On your tablet, smart ass, yep. Yeah. Thoughts on Boris I've said my thoughts on Boris Johnson on previous live streams. In fact, 2 other live streams I've said my opinions. I'm sick of bloody Boris. Like, I neither hate nor like him. He's kind of like in the middle. He's basically in the middle. I have no strong feelings either way. Oh, Gordon Bennett still... So, is Gordon Bennett the Great Gingerbread Man? I think so, because I swear that's one of your profile pictures I've seen before. Eternity Wandering Cosmic Hobo. Thoughts on Chris Chibnall? I fucking hate Chris Chibnall. He ruined 50 plus years of canon. Oh, and various other things. He is a terrible writer. I'm going to get this pronunciation wrong. Arise Karan. How come you didn't get a free TARDIS to review? 2 reasons. 1, I don't have a massive YouTube channel. 2, even if I did, Alduar is never going to give me any free stuff ever. Because, you know, he doesn't like my opinions. And Alduar, I know for a fact, Alduar knows who I am. He knows who I am. He knows who I am. Because, yeah. He has blocked me on Twitter. When he had, I don't know if he still has Twitter, but he did block me when I tried messaging him. And what I was messaging him about was the packaging on the TARDISes damaging the doors and the signposts, what they did with the plasticking, with the sellotape lace along with the B&M sets. And block, there we go. Also, he was aware of me because last year I was the first person to post the leaked B&M sets from last year as well, so he was aware of me on that front. What is Al's Twitter? I don't think he has Twitter anymore, so yeah, I'm pretty sure he left Twitter in 2020. He probably still has a private one, but his Twitter beforehand was, I think it was just Alduar or something along those lines. But he no longer has Twitter, at least not a public one. Will he be going to the dentist? I'm not due an appointment yet, but when I do get one, then I will go. But last time I went to the dentist, which is probably nearly 6 months ago now, maybe slightly longer due to lockdowns, but when I went, the dentist said, yeah, your teeth are fine. So, there you go. Poor dentist. Gunbank says, why did you put your nan in a care home? Okay, my granny, she's not in a care home. She's not going to a care home. She's going to a apartment. And she's seen the apartment and she's happy with it. And basically, she'll be going in there basically as soon as possible. But at the moment, there's a lot of things to basically complete with a social worker, and they talk to the council, and the social workers and the council fucking have arguments. But you know, it's called what's it called? Assisted living. That's what it's called, because basically she has her complete own independence and basically only would call on carers like occasionally tell her, because she is pretty independent despite being basically immobile. But I won't give the full details on that because she won't want us to, and I frankly won't want to give them either. Because you're wasting her money. We'll have a nice little talk about that later, Reese. But no, to be honest, my granny could not care less what I buy with my money, as long as I'm happy with it, and I am happy with this. Then that's fine with her. I mean, basically, because she's buying me that, and she said she'd buy me all of the B&M sets. I'm obviously going to buy multiple more for myself because I like to army build my Daleks and Cybermen. But she's going to buy me one of every one, and there is a reason for that. He is financially irresponsible. No, I'm pretty financially responsible, because I am never out of pocket. Basically, ever since I was 15, 16, I have never been out of pocket for money. So I'm pretty good. I am pretty good with money. I mean, I did do business at school, which probably helped with that. But I actually give myself budgets. Basically, a lot of people have asked me over the years, how do you afford everything? Like simple, I budget myself. I give myself a budget for each month on how much to spend on each thing. And for example, also, I also tend to, you know, spend less money on other things as a result. Or if I do buy something expensive, it lasts longer. For example, I spent a lot of money on this tablet, but I've had this now since August, I think it was, 2018. I got this, and it could do with a new case. But the tablet itself is in perfect condition. So, you know, stuff like that. But it's just about, basically, you know, but stuff I'd spend less money on, for example, you know, my clothes, this shirt is from Primark. Most of my shirts are from Primark. So, yeah, stuff like that. But I'll be honest, I'm happy with this. I've had this shirt for years. In fact, this shirt is now fitting a bit better than it did a few weeks ago because I've actually lost a bit of weight. And I've been eating a lot of rice recently, some vegetable rice. It's really nice, actually. Arise can. Again, I'm probably getting that wrong. I think the TARDIS Hartnell set is coming this year. Could be the 10th planet. Yeah. Now the thoughts on that. I don't think it will be. I think since it's the only other one, it could be that one. It could be that one, or it could be a mostly re-release of the original version, except it being from the first episode rather than being from the pilot. And the reason the original was from the pilot is because of the white window frame. But the fact is, normally every year they'll do basically a stacked roof and a flat roof to give some variety, because otherwise, you know, just to make them seem a bit less similar. There we go. Eternity Wandering Cosmic Kobo, Ratchet and Clank for Smash Bros, or Crash Bandicoot for Smash Bros. I don't play Smash Bros because I don't have a Switch or anything, but I don't know, I'd say Crash would probably fit in better. Plus Crash does have a better chance because Ratchet and Clank is a Sony IP, whereas Crash used to be but no longer is. He should take better care of his granny's pocket money. It's not pocket money. It's not pocket money, believe me. This was for something I did, and to prove that it was me, for example, my brother, my granny didn't buy him one of these, you know. My brother, he had to ask for his for Christmas. So yeah, my brother will not be getting his until Christmas, but my granny is just not buying him one of these. I actually did something, you know, to warrant my granny purchasing this for me, and my sister, you know, isn't getting anything either. So, you know, you help your granny. You help your granny, she helps you. The Dr. 11, I'm great with my money. Oh, Dr. 11, you're really not. You're really not. Otherwise, why would you constantly be asking me, is this worth getting, Ryan? Is this worth getting, Ryan? Is this worth getting, Ryan? Do you think this is worth getting, Ryan? Mr. Valeska, at Gordon Bennett, didn't you do this for hours last night? Yes, he did. And his comments went away for some reason. The channel just seemed to go away, but it seems to be back. I'm wondering are the comments back? I'm going to have a look, because before, this morning, it was at, I think, 105 comments, and then it suddenly went to 71. Yeah, it's still at 71 replies. I don't know why. Known issue. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to check. Sometimes. No, it's not in there. Okay. Sometimes it goes to the approved, but yeah, YouTube comments go a bit fucking mental sometimes. Anyway, Cosmic Antics. For the 6 Sec Adventures, will you get a new costume? I've had several costumes. I say costumes, it's just my clothes. It's just clothes I wear, but I've had several variations over the years of just the... It's basically just whatever clothes I was wearing at that time. So, yeah, I don't have a costume. It's just whatever clothes I happen to be wearing at that time. Mr. Valeska, 6ec, I am planning to release Cornerstone Ultimate Edition, which will be 13 minutes of extra footage. You're a real Zack Snyder fan, aren't you? Cosmic Antics, I just uploaded a video introducing the next Doctor. Shall we have a look at that then? Shall we have a look at that? Hopefully it's in my subscription box. Subscriptions. Alright. Let's do a display capture. Alright, so we all watch this video together. So this is from the Jodie Whittaker promo during a tennis match. Hang on. What was the quote? Yeah, set of tennis. Why does it look so fucking blurry? It's like you've added a blur filter. Or is this to avoid the copyright? Ooh, what was that flat? Who's it gonna be? I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. Kevin Mc... Okay. Okay. That was a thing. You'll be doing adventures in column. What shall I do? Iris Quran. Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to move. Okay, I'll give it a minute. Apparently my bandwidth is fucked. Yeah, I can see we're kind of delaying a bit behind. Anyway. Would Iris Quran says, would you consider doing classic Doctor Who figure animations? No. I don't have the time. Or the patience, really. I know they take a lot of time, but I watch them. Yeah, figure animations. I don't have the time. I just don't. Audios, I could do. In fact, I've done Doctor Who fan audios before, but yeah. Doctor as an N-word pass. Okay. Cosmic Antics. Are you excited for Kevin McCarthy? McCarthy is the Doctor. I don't really care. Because as long as Chris Chibnall is still running it, still going to be crap. Can I put your phone number in this chat for fun? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No chance. I get enough from fucking cold callers trying to bloody sell you bloody insurance and shit. Scammers. Essentially. Just see how far this is behind, so I'll just put my hand up. And I'm going to wait how long it's going to take. Excuse me, so put it up in the chat. We're at least 30 seconds behind from me seeing Scuff and Scuff going out there live. Nearly a minute behind now. Cosmic Antics, Kevin McCarthy. I'm betting a tongue twister here. We'll be taking over Shrek for being the Doctor. Okay. Anyway, if there's anything else anyone would like to say or ask on that before, or otherwise, I don't know, I'll close things off. 66 phone number is 69. Oh, if only. If only that were the case. Bo-bo-ba-do. Do you think Colin Williams is sexy? No, I do not. Cosmic Antics. Here's a fun little bit. This is the SD card I use in my camera. Hey ho, there you go, the more you know. Though this only gives me, I think it's about an hour and 15 minutes worth of recording. Well, it doesn't really matter, I just reuse it. Alright, Karen. Have you ever mentioned your predictions on upcoming new Doctor Who sets? I don't do predictions on new sets, apart from Dalek sets and TARDIS sets, because, you know, that can only be so many options. I don't do predictions on what's coming out. Yeah. Muscovilla says, the new Mastermind series is Russian. Yes. Is that alright? I wasn't quite sure what accent you were going for, but for me, the Master, it sounds wrong when it isn't the suave sort of British gentleman. The way it just sounds weird. That's the one thing, actually that is the one thing I don't like about Sasha's Master, is that he doesn't refer to himself as the Master, he says Master. Well, and so does Jodie as well. It's just like, ugh, doesn't sound right. No. You don't get the same thing saying I'm the Master. Nah, it's like, no. I am the master, and you will obey me. Gordon Bennett says, Gordon Brown is your Minister for Finance as regards to your collection. Nope. What girls are you into? Please expand on that. I think I'm going to enjoy this one, but please clarify what you mean by what girls am I into. Because this is going to be a fun one. Oh, I'm going to have to wait a bit because this stream is lagging a bit behind. So please clarify, Mr. Gordon Bennett, on the what do you mean by what girls are you into? Please clarify. While that's happening, Mr. Velasco, Gordon is Gordon. This is an interesting topic. Who are you the best? Gordon, this is an interesting topic. Who are the best looking Doctor Who companions? Dr. 11, I am into girls. You know I am. Rex got fucking dust on it. Literally, by the time I've been sitting here, it's been that sort. I've been literally seeing dust appear out of nowhere. I've got this antiperspirant here. Pub. No, actually, I'll do it back. Pub. There we go. If you know what that's a reference to, well done. Cosmic Antics. I do not have a crush. Oh, ooh, did the live stream go off there? No. Oh, it's actually got good connection there. Cosmic Antics. I do not have a crush on Jimmy Pye or Alduar. Or Chibnall, or Colin Williams. Here we go. Ironic Scarang, do you think Adric is going to happen in an Urshock set or Ainley for the 5 Doctor set? Ainley, no. Adric, slim chances. There's no. You see, I know the Doctor 11 very well. You see, he'll only be like this if... He'll only say things like this if, 1, he's being anonymous, or 2, it's me. He won't talk to anyone else like this. Only me, because he knows, you know, I don't know, like, I don't, either 1, don't care, or 2, won't kill him. He'll probably do it to himself. More than anything else. Although he won't, because I won't let him. Does this make sense to anyone anyway? No. I mean, we could look in my tablet, but I think YouTube would immediately take down the video if I did that. Notification from eBay. Cosmic Antics. Six Sec loves Noel Clark. Nope. No, I don't. Not in that way. Oh, I do think he's a really good actor. Oh god, my back is fucking killing me. And it's actually, God, I really need that fucking call from my bloody my GP so I can get my physio in. The Doctor, good. Hope they take it down. Irine Krang. Did you ever get the Product Enterprise inflatable movie Daleks? I've got one of them, which I think is the red movie Dalek, if I remember rightly, but I do have one of them. It's in its box, and I think it's the red one, but I do have one. I do not fancy John Barrowman, Dr. 11. Oh, how long is this going to go on? Hang on. Oh, mate, he stole the money from... I did not steal the money from my granny. I don't even have the money yet. My granny is giving the money to my mum because my mum has took my granny out today. And then my mum is going to then give me the money. So I don't actually have the money yet at the time of doing the... I was going to say recording. At the time of doing this stream, I don't actually have the money yet. So, yeah. Who is your crush then? Do you mean in real life or do you mean elsewhere? Because they're two completely different things. For example, stop stealing, Ryan Naughty. I don't steal from my granny. Hang on. But, Tell you what, I'll give you a hint about my crushes. I'll give you a hint, because I've said this in live streams before, but I think people forget about this, so I'll just type it out in big letters. So, change that to 72, let's see, how big is that? I think that's big enough. Okay, I am a... There you go. In fact, let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Does that explain any crushes now that I might have? But there we go. Oh, I do not want to be looking at OBS. The Dr. 11, you know me best on this chat. You know me best on this chat. I'll give you that. No, 6X Crushes Product Enterprise. To be honest, Cosmic Antics, that's probably the most reasonable one out of them so far. Oh, I can see it lagging behind, and I can just see it lagging behind where I'm typing on Word. But yeah. There it is. Anyway, Mr. Velasquez says, why are you a furry? Oh, many reasons. Porn got me into it, and then it was just a rabbit hole after that. But that's a story for another day. Arise, Karan.
The group name for another black day.
What the What did she just say? What did the Alexa just say? I don't know why it just... It does that sometimes. Like, it thinks I'm talking. I'm not talking to you. Alright. Blah. Where were we? I am not a new Who fan, but out of curiosity, would you choose to play the next Doctor? If the opportunity was available, I probably would take it. But God, that would be a hard decision to make with Kirsch Chibnall being bloody head writer. The Doctor 11 says Alduar is a fairy. He's not. I doubt even Alduar knows what one is. Cosmic Antics. So, 6 sec-like dogs covered in fur. Pretty much all dogs are covered in fur. Also, it's not just dogs. So Ryan wants now. Poor baby. Poor Bobby. Oh, Bobby. No, Bobby is fine. He's a lazy bugger mostly. But ever since lockdown, since he's had everyone in at the same time and that, he's just become a bloody lazy dog. It's now come to the point where it's like when you take him on a walk, like when he's had enough, he just like stops and just goes, "Nah, I'm not walking anymore." He'll just flop. Yeah. No, I'm not even going to say that one, Gordon Bennett, but no. We need to save Bobby from 6X basement. 2 things wrong with that. 1, you don't need to save Bobby. In fact, he is perfectly fine, perfectly happy. And 2, I don't have a basement. I have a loft, but I don't have a basement. Also, Dr. 11, you would be shitting yourself if I called you during this stream and you got on the stream. Maybe one day I'll do that, Dr. 11. I'll just call you randomly and then you'll find out, oh God, you're on a stream. He lies, he has a basement. I don't have a basement. I've got a loft. Don't have a basement. What UK house has a fucking basement? There is no basement. Literally no basement. I would like to have a basement actually, because then it'll be more space, but no, I don't have a basement. Do you like my name? I'm kind of just impartial to your name. Because I don't really care. Your house has a secret basement. Well, if it does, can you let me know where it is? Because I've got no idea. I've got no idea. And, you know, our house had a lot of work done back in 2010 where we had the floors done and a wall knocking down to make the living room bigger. I shouldn't have sprayed that earlier. Jesus Christ, that antiperspirant. Ugh. Shouldn't have sprayed that so close, because Bobby is trapped in it. Nope. Bobby has free reins of the house. He literally does whatever he wants. He'll normally sit either in the windowsill or he'll sit on the floor near the door because it's cooler there at the minute. Though in the winter time he does go in his doggy bed. The secret basement has a treasure map to find it. Okay. It's on your tablet. It's not. It's really not. This has gotten warm by just sitting in the sun. You see, you want to know who the next Doctor is? This is the next Doctor. This is the true next Doctor. Tommy was always the next Doctor. At least then it would be entertaining. No, Bobby does not look like that. Bobby is a Bichon cross. He's a Bichon Jacapoo. That's what Bobby is. He's a Bichon Jacapoo. Anyway, Orion Karan says they should have used the font in the police box sign for the War Games house and the Bomber Snowman front and back. No, not for this one. It should have been blank on one side, but the front technically is right on that. I can speak for myself. Can you though? He calls me Bobby, but my real name is Gordon Bennett. Nope, because Bobby is a regular dog. He can't actually talk, and he certainly can't type. He certainly can't type. No, Bobby's motivation for things is none. To be honest, it's no. What else is in your basement? Second Doctor TARDIS sex in there? No. You can speak for yourself too, Dr. 11. I don't think you can. I legitimately don't think you can. Because why else would you ask me to ask for things on behalf of you? I'm the magic dog, red dog, and the television program. You mean Clifford? Are you Clifford the big red dog? Or are you Floppy from the Magic Key? I just saw something fly across the window there. Anyway, I'm getting tired. Six Sec can't speak for anyone. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I normally have to do the complaining when it comes to, well, anyone in my family but my mother. My mother can complain to pretty much anyone. No one else. Basically, me and my mum are the only ones who will complain if something is wrong. My dad will complain about me, but he won't complain to anyone else. His granny also speaks for me. No, she doesn't. What's my granny's name, then? If she speaks for you, what is my granny's name? What is her name? I don't think even the Dr. 11 knows it. He might. He probably doesn't remember, though. I don't know if I even ever told him, but I probably did at some point, but yeah. What is my granny's name? Your granny's name is Jimmy Savile. Nope. No, it's not. Anyway. So that's it for this live stream. God, gone on 2 fucking hours. Yeah. That's kind of it. So, yeah. No, I do not, Gordon Bennett. I do not want to boom with you. That's reserved for Basil Brush only. Anyway. Bye-bye.